Our seventh presenter is Hyeje Sumajit from the Department of Biomedical Sciences. The presentation title is Stopping the Spread, Unraveling the Mechanics of Brain Cancer Invasion.
Cancer is one of the leading causes of death in the United States, and for decades, scientists have been fighting to find a cure. Can you imagine being told that you have a brain tumor and just 12 months to live? I don't think I can. But for people with glioblastoma, that is reality, and only 7% survive beyond 5 years. Even after surgery, the cancer almost always comes back. Unlike solid tumors, these cancer cells rarely spread outside the brain. Instead, they go deep into the healthy brain tissue, which makes it even more difficult to remove. And so part of my research is asking the question, how do these cells move? How do they squeeze through tight spaces in the brain? Traditional lab models can't fully capture the complex three-dimensional environment in the brain, while animal models can be time-consuming and costly. And so, with our lab to address this, we use organoid models, which are tiny tumor models grown from the patient samples, which behave like real tumors. This allows us to study cancer invasion in a more realistic three-dimensional setting. Using a technique called traction force microscopy, I can further characterize how these cells interact against their surroundings as they invade. Now, you may ask, what is TFM and how does it work? Imagine a rock climber scaling a wall. They pull with their arms and push with their legs to generate the force needed to move upward. Cells do the same thing. They grab onto their surroundings, pull, and push to propel themselves forward. TFM is a tool that can measure these forces by tracking the movement of these tiny glowing beads in a soft material, which moves as the cells move. We found that these cells build up an amount of force prior to invading, heavily relying on an internal motor system called the actin-myosin complex. Think of it as a motor and clutch. The motor inside the cell generates force, and the clutch are multiple proteins that act as a grip, allowing the cells to grab onto its surroundings and move through tight spaces in the brain. Now, why does this matter? Why is it important? Because if we know how these cells behave, if we can identify the main players involved in this process, we can try to block it. And if we can block it, we can stop the spread, give patients more time, and maybe, one day, change that terrifying number from 12 months to a lifetime.
Thank you, Hyeje.